Welcome back to Colonial Kerbals. The last episode, you'll recall that we had finally landed our probe on Mun and gotten the science for landing and near and far and actually successfully completing that contract for parts. You also notice that I have a different probe in roughly the same orbit as the last one, as well as there's a Kerbal out here floating around the planet. And we are going to go and rescue him today. But I wanted to show you this for one reason. This probe has extra science. You can see, it's not a very big probe, but it's got something neat. Orbital telescope observations. Trees and mountains, rivers, who knew there was more Kerbal than KSC? That's a whole whopping 9 science. And we will transmit that. Once that's done, something I noticed is that it transmits in bits. And transmission's done. So now we'll go back to here, and we are going to start our rescue mission. First thing we want to do, I'm going to have to clear up this list here eventually, but we want the rescuer. We don't need Jeb, because this one has a probe. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to set him as my target. You'll also notice that there's no science on this vessel. It's mainly just to go and pick him up. So with that, we'll throttle all the way up. We'll turn on our SAS, and in 3, 2, 1... we will take off. I did fix the problem I was having. It was Modular Manager, for some reason, was having errors. It was causing me to take a long time to load up the game, and then it'd crash, and then I'd have to reload, and it'd crash again, and I'd have to reload, and so on and so forth. So there was an update for it. It fixed the errors, and it seems to have fixed a lot of the lag issues I had, so I'm wondering if there was something maybe that wasn't quite configured right in there. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to cut out the launch, and I'll catch up with you guys when I'm back in orbit. And I'll see you then. Okay, and welcome back. I'm just pointing this up here to recharge our battery pack a little bit. And I discarded our other fuel tank here. Make sure we've got our engine turned on. Now, we have to plan for don't want to do that way. We have to plan for his capture. Let's try here. Slow down a little bit. Nope. There we go, 1 kilometer. So that'll be in 2 days. I'm going to go ahead and set up an alarm. It's only a 1-second alarm, so we'll go ahead and set this for 5 seconds before. Add the alarm, and I'm not going to make you sit here and watch this. I'll come back when we're actually at that maneuver node. So it shouldn't be but a couple seconds for you, but it'll be a couple minutes for me. Okay, thought I'd bring you back here and show you this. I'm making my closest approach. And there we go. Go ahead and switch this to target mode. And we want to stay right with this. We're only 4 degrees off, so that shouldn't be too bad. Let's go ahead and add an alarm here for our closest approach. Do it for 2 minutes before. Speed up time, and we can watch because he should be coming within our view here pretty shortly. Delete on close. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a siren coming down the road. Oh, there he is. He's 10 kilometers from us. Huh. Wonder what it could be. I have no idea. And I'm not really interested in looking. What's nice is we're coming down from the apoapse, so we'll generally lose speed as we come in. I'm going to have to do this from here. Try slowing ourselves down a little bit. And we'll push ourselves towards him. Okay, we'll... Oh, he's within the physics window. Point 2. Oops, we're at point 3 now. Let's go ahead and use RCS a little bit. Pull ourselves There we go, 0.1. Go ahead and turn that off. Just got to keep kind of a tab on this. Okay, we're at 0 kilometers. Or, well, 0.0 kilometers, which means we're probably right on top of him. Let's slow down to under 5 kilometers. And all I'm doing is I'm using the RCS to pulse me in. I just have to see, okay, our hatch is over there. Get ourselves down to about 3 meters a second. Because we don't want him out there for very long without food, water, or electricity. Okay, we'll go to 2 meters a second. Now, if you're doing this without life support, you probably don't need the RCS or to worry about coming in quite as fast as I am. But with the RCS, it's just a little easier to... a little bit easier to mitigate some speed without the worry of hitting him with the thruster. Okay. You can just start to make him out in that picture there. And all the clouds behind us. Kind of reminds me of the movie Gravity. And now we'll slow down to just under 1 meter a second. Dudgan is going to become our first Kerbal rescue. Oops. If I can do this without turn on our fine controls. There we go. Down to 0.5 meter a second. Let's go ahead and let him catch up to us a little bit. Down. Just gotta keep everything lined up so we can speed up a little bit. Just gotta keep ourselves oriented towards him so that way It's a little easier to catch him. As long as we don't hit the periapsis, we're doing okay. Time warp ourselves up a little bit. 70, 60. Oh, you can finally start to see him. We're only 50 kilometers away. Or 50 meters. I keep saying kilometers. I think most of you know what I'm getting at. We're only going 0.8 of a meter a second. Actually, there we go. That's why it looks so off to me. And something I learned when I was testing out how to do this. Having your ship this way makes a load of difference. Oops. Let's turn on some lights. And he is in. Oh, he got his life support back just in time. And now he is draining off his carbon dioxide and everything else. Taking a charge. But now, it is time for him to go home. I'm surprised I don't have... Let's take a crew report. Oh, I don't have a crew report. Okay. Well, let's see where we're at here. Ooh, if I start now, I could probably make it back to Kerbal Space Station. Or Kerbal Space Center. I think that'll work. Uh-oh. This happened once before. So we'll just crank these up to here. Crank these up to make sure we're on the... Okay, now my right click is acting up again. Okay, so with this, let's go ahead and time warp back down. This should get us back home. We didn't use very much monoprop at all. In fact, probably could have done without it. Without that much anyways. Only used 10 units of monoprop. But it's better safe than sorry. Nope, we're not going to make it back to KSC. Oh well. It was worth a shot. $52, $47. Don't want to physics warp through the re-entry process. Want to make sure that doesn't get up too high. We should start seeing re-entry effects. It's already depleting our blade of shield. And here we go. Coming in at a rather quick pace. I think I'm going to have to redesign the staging on this. And there goes the re-entry effects. So we can go ahead and turn that off. Let ourselves stabilize. We didn't even use up half the ablative shielding. Oh. He's been added to our crew. Alright. Contract parameter complete. But we'll wait till the very end to see what those say. There go the parachutes. Right around 200 meters per second, which is where I normally deploy them anyways. And now we can physics warp down to 26, which they should, or no, right about here, because now they should fully deploy, and now we can go all the way down. I've done some contracts, as you can tell, off camera, which got me some more funds. So that way I know I'm not going to run low. It's a pretty nice backdrop, having all those clouds up there. And splash down here in just a few seconds. Nice. Very nice. Go ahead and recover our vessel. And we got 3/10 of a science point, so we're up to 11 science. We don't really care about that at the moment. We got ourselves 88.6% value back, which is just about 6,000 funds for that. And then we got our newest crew member, Dudgan, or Dudgan, something like that. Strangely enough, it only netted us 3/10 of a reputation point. But here's where it comes in handy. Okay, we already know he's in our program. He only got us for just getting him aboard a vessel only got me 12 rep and only a little over 6,000 funds. Signs from around Kerbin, on the other hand, got me almost 146 rep and 31,000 funds. But then rescuing him got me 25 rep and 48,000 funds. Almost 49,000 funds. So now we're up to 704,000 funds. Almost 705,000. But where does that leave us? Well, let's see. What do we have for contracts? Explore Minimus. Well, we haven't... the other thing I have a plant, a flag on Mun, and science from Mun. Well, I think we're going to complete those two together. We're going to take this one. And some of these I'll just complete off camera. Now for these two, I'm going to do a probe series for them. But it's going to be a dual probe. This one will be a landing probe, and this one will actually be a rover. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. If you liked the episode, please like, favorite, subscribe, and comment, of course. And there will be annotations at the end. I still have to work on the older episodes to get them all up to snuff. And of course, as always, guys, until next time, have fun.